Good morning, this is Mrs. Groves, and today we're going to be covering multiplying polynomials. Before we do that, I'd like to make sure to review some of these basic concepts here so that it'll make it easier for you when we go through and do the multiplying polynomials. So what I'd like you to do is write these 4 problems down, pause the video, and do them. So pause the video. Now I'm back, and I'm going to go through these. Here we're adding, so that means we're combining like terms. We're going to combine like terms. So x squared and x squared, those are like terms. And there is an implied coefficient of 1 here and an implied coefficient of 1 there. So 1 plus 1 gives me 2x squared. When we combine like terms, we do not change the exponent. And that's important because I want you to make sure that you understand the difference between adding and when we multiply. Remember that if we have the same base, x, we add the exponents. So it's 2 plus 3, which is x to the 5th. Now here, remember, we've got these parentheses. This is power to power. So here we multiply. X 2 times 3 is x to the 6th. And here, division, same base x, we subtract the exponents. X 4 minus 2 is x squared. So these are fundamental concepts that you really need to master and know so that we can proceed with multiplying these binomials. So right here, we're going to keep reviewing what the names of these polynomials are. So notice here, that is a monomial. It's one term. And we're going to multiply it by a polynomial. Okay, and a polynomial has many terms. So we're taking a monomial, we're going to multiply it. When we do that, we're going to do a mental step. And this is good to do in your notes. This is the mental step. Okay, so that when you go back and try to do problems, you know how to do it. So notice that we're going to take this 3x cubed and we're going to multiply it times each of these 4 terms. So we have 3x cubed, 3x cubed, 3x cubed, 3x cubed. 3x cubed times 2x cubed is going to give us 3 times 2, 6. Okay, same base, add the exponents. So it's 6x to the 6th. Then we're going to take 3x cubed. We're going to multiply it by negative x squared. So we have negative times 3 gives us negative 3x, same base, add the exponents to the 5th. Now we're going to multiply the 3x cubed times the negative 7x. Okay, so we're going to get 3x cubed times negative 7x. We multiply these 2 terms. We get negative 21 x to the 4th, because remember there's an implied 1 there. So it's negative 21 x to the 4th. And now we multiply this term times our last 3x cubed times negative 3. We multiply those and we get negative 9x cubed. And that is your answer. Excuse me. So what I'd like to do is make sure you understand that concept. So if we go to the back of the page, and here is the checkpoint that I want you to do. So I'd like you to pause this video and see if you can do this correctly. You're going to take 2x cubed and you're going to multiply it by each of these terms. So pause it, and when you're ready, unpause it and I'll work the problem out with you. Welcome back. Here we multiply these two terms. We get 2x to the 5th. Then we multiply these two terms. We get negative 10x to the 4th. We multiply these terms plus 6x cubed, because there's an implied 1 there. And we multiply these to get negative 14x squared. So our answer is 2x to the 5th minus 10x to the 4th plus 6x cubed minus 14x squared. That's it. So that's pretty straightforward and simple. All right. So we're going to go back here. And we are going to change this. We're going to multiply trinomials, and binomials. And so as a review, these are our binomials, and these are our trinomials. Okay, so this is the trinomial. It's a quadratic trinomial. This is a binomial, and it's a linear binomial. And the same here. Okay, so I'm going to go through two methods to tackle this problem. So I'm going to take method 1. All right, and what we're going to do is we are going to swap these two terms. All right, and so we're going to make it 2a minus 5 times a squared minus 6a minus 3. We know that since this is multiplication, remember way back when we talked about the commutative property. So when you have multiplication, okay, and these are both in parentheses, we can just switch them. So what we're going to do is, I call this double distribution. We're going to take this first term and we're going to multiply it with those three terms. So we are going to take these two and we're going to get 2a cubed. We're going to multiply these two, negative 12a squared. And we're going to multiply these two, negative 6a. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this term and we are going to multiply all this term times everything here. Okay. So we multiply these two terms. And kind of a nice way we can do this is we can line these up. This is negative 5a squared. And we're lining up our like terms. We multiply these two terms and get plus 30a. We multiply these two terms, plus 15. And so now, right, now we have a polynomial with 6 terms, and we are going to simplify. So our answer, we always want to start with the highest exponent, is 2a cubed. We're going to add these like terms, minus 17a squared. Add these two like terms, plus 24a plus 15. All right, a second way we can do this problem, we're going to do it for b, is we're going to write it just the way it is given above. 3b squared minus 2b plus 5b minus 6. And now we're going to do it in the reverse order. And some students have a difficult time going backwards. So both of these methods work. I'm going to call this method 2. And you find the method that works best for you. So I'm now going to take this term and I'm multiplying it by these 3 terms. So 5b times 3b squared is 15b cubed. 5b times negative 2b, negative 10b squared. 5b times 5 plus 25b. And sometimes what I like to do is I just kind of go back in my mind and I just make sure that I've done it correctly so I don't have to go back. So that is 15b cubed minus 10b squared plus 5b. Okay, and now I'm going to go through and I'm going to take the negative 6 and I'm going to multiply it by everything. So negative 6 times 3b squared is negative 18b squared. Negative 6 times negative 2b plus 12b. Negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. All right, now we combine like terms. And we get, so we have to simplify this. 15b cubed minus 28b squared plus 37b minus 30. And that's your final answer. Fun, huh? All right. So now there's a practice problem for you to do here. You do it whichever way you want. Pause the video, do the problem, and then come back and I'm going to work through the problem. Okay, welcome back. All right. I'm going to be lazy and not rewrite the problem, so I'm going to take this term right here and I'm going to multiply it by all three of these terms. All right, and so I'm going to get 2a cubed plus 10a squared minus 8a. And then I'm going to take the 3 and I'm going to multiply it by everything. So I'm going to get 3a squared plus 15a, okay, minus 12. And now I'm going to combine like terms. And I'm going to get 2a cubed, add my a squareds, plus 13a squared, add my a's, plus 8a minus 12. And there you go. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. So now we are going to do something that you're going to be doing the bulk of this chapter. We're going to be multiplying binomials. Okay? There are two ways to do this. Option 1. I call this double distribution with lobster clause. Option 2, some people like to do something called FOIL. Okay. So as I go through this problem, I'm going to show you both methods, and you do the one that you like. So right here, we have two linear binomials. And so now we're going to multiply them. So the first thing we're going to do is we take 2c times c, and notice that that was the two first terms. So that's where the f is. F is the first terms. So 2c times c is 2c squared. Now we're going to take 2c times -9, and notice those are the outer terms. Okay, so that's outer. And so we do that, and we get -18c. Now we're going to take the 7 and we're going to distribute that. All right. And we're going to get 7 times c. And notice those are what we call the inner terms. So those are the inner terms. And so that's going to give us our plus 7c. And then we're going to take the 7 times the -9. And we are going to get 7 times -9 And notice these two terms are the last terms. So that's last. And that gives us negative 63. So now we have to simplify. And so we've got 2c squared minus 11c minus 63. Okay, so here is our practice problem. See if you can do it on your own. And then I'm going to have a fourth problem. So pause the video. Okay, welcome back. Okay, I use the lobster clause. So I'm going to take m times 5m, which is 5m squared. M times negative 4 is negative 4m. 3 times 5m is plus 15m. 3 times negative 3 times negative 4, I'm getting ahead of myself, is negative 12. I have to combine my like terms, so I get 5m squared plus 11m minus 12. Okay, I'm going to add one problem to show you how to do this in one step. You're going to like this. The goal, as you go through this chapter, is to do in one step. So the goal is to go from here to there without doing the middle step. Now, for this first homework assignment, I recommend that you do the middle step until you get comfortable. But I'm just showing you where we want to go in the future. Okay? So if we have this problem, x plus 10, 2x minus 5. I still use my lobster clause. So I get x times 2x gives me my 2x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. I put that in memory bank. Then I take 10 times 2x, which is 20x. So 20x minus 5x gives me 15x. And 10 times negative 5 is negative 50. And we're happy because we only had to do one step. So that's it for today. Have a great day and see you tomorrow.